All right, Esper Control. This is a deck that if you've watched my stream, you probably know I'm not a huge fan of, and not because of power level reasons, but just because this archetype's kind of a slog. It wins the games it wins are very slow and tedious. Now, this build has a couple of random one-ofs in it that I think are kind of reasonable. Kaya's actually a card that's kind of coming to a place that's reasonable in the format. It's fine against both white aggro and mono blue. It's also very reasonable in the Drake's matchup because it exiles Terramander and it makes their 3-mana Enigma Drake much weaker in terms of power. We have a couple copies of Ethereal Absolution here, which I think this card's actually kind of reasonable in the Sultai matchup. It exiles stuff from their graveyard and, like, gives you spirit tokens and kills some of their dorks off. So, well, we'll see how this goes. This could technically steal one of their win cons. It might be suspect not having 4 copies of Teferi in this deck, because Teferi's a really messed up magic card. But at any rate, let's jump into a match or two and see how it goes. We only play decks for about an hour, hour and a half, so with Esper Control, I expect that to be 1 or 2 matches. Seems real good. If we're winning. If we're winning, it will be 1 or 2 matches. If we get dumpstered, maybe we'll play 4 or 5. If we just get run over, we'll play a lot of matches still. Correct, Nick Bearded Drago. Light. Yep. Yeah, the Aristocrats deck was awesome. I think I'm just keeping their board clear. Nah, it's technically correct to wait until after they explore. In the ultimate grand scheme of things, it really doesn't matter, and I get click equity by doing it sooner rather than later. Baby Grace is do. It's a do. Baby Grace is do. Nice Hallowed Fountain deck indeed. They playing blue green. They could be Sultai without black mana. Growth Chamber Guardian. I think I just absorbed this because it finds a lot of friends. Looks like it could be blue green climb. Confirmed blue-green climb. Yeah, this, I like this matchup from the climb side of things. I agree. Click equity, best equity. Nope, there's Sultai climb. And my Ethereal Absolution is dead. How many matches is Ethereal Absolution gonna make it through? Not many. So, Ethereal Absolution is a card that people ask about pretty constantly. And that game there this game here about sums up why the card is kind of poop. It's a card that in the one matchup where it should be good, it's not because of Vivian Reed. And in other matchups where it could be good, they have Mortify and other main deck ways to just make the card much, much worse. Imagine if that had been the Immortal Sun. It'd be better here. It would make our Teferi's worse later, but it'd be better here than what this was. How does that... It makes me feel sad, Burgle. It makes me feel sad. I think Selesnya tokens is not interactive enough or aggressive enough to be really successful in this format. Oh, look, their card advantage Planeswalker found a card that draws 5 cards. That's incredibly reasonable and beatable from here. What an incredibly reasonable and beatable Magic the Gathering card. I'm not conceding, chat. I've met the type of people who want to play Esper control, okay? Those people are masochists. They wanna see me suffer. Bury me. Throw dirt over the box that I am being stuffed in the ground. Oh yeah, look at this. Syncopate your monster for 1. Oh no, you still drew 3 cards. Oh no. Ooh, Chromium. Look at our powerful comeback dragon. Alright, we've discovered an answer to Vivian Reed.
The wilds are my shield.
Ah, you've activated my dragon. Listen, I understand we're dead. I'm just taking Vivian with me on the way out the door, okay? Vivian and I, we go way back.
I've seen worse.
She had it coming. There's only one Disdainful Stroke in this deck. Yikes. Kaya's real bad here, yep. There aren't any thieves in the sideboard or hostage takers. All right, we're gonna gut this in about 30 seconds. Or we'll just play 2 matches and be done. I think I accepted, I gotta look at this. I think I accepted this way back before we had good, oh, how old is this, this Esper control deck? I guess it's not that old. I might just go copy paste. You know, instead of reinventing the wheel, we're gonna get dumpstered by Sultai here, and I'm gonna go grab a better version of Esper control that's like been battle tested. I think I've got another build in the queue that looked more reasonable. Yeah, tier 3 subs are fine for standard build around, 0 forever. Modern build arounds are extra, but for standard build around, that's fine. Now there's a deck list in the queue that is the 4th place Esper list from one of the SCG opens. We're just gonna play that. This is the part where I die to this 4/4, right? This is the part where the 4/4 kills me. I guess I consume this and then I lose to the Vivian next turn that they're gonna play. Or like they just like play another 4/4 and like get another one. let's grab a better Esper control list. It's got Thief of Sanity in the sideboard. Yep. Alright, let's do it. And again, just to iterate for the person who submitted the build that had Ethereal Absolution, in the few matchups where a card like Ethereal Absolution could be really good, they just have so many ways to interact with your enchantments that it's just not good. 4 Teferi is 1 better than 3, yep. The Esper strikes back. Alright, sure. This looks reasonable. Esper 2, at least we're not playing Nexus. Oh, it's funny because it's true. It's actually really funny. We dropped like 300 viewers when we changed from the sweet aristocrats deck to deck Esper. May they rest in peace. Syncopate looking aces here. Get to counter a Jade Light Ranger. They play Branch Walker. We'll probably just cast this down in response. All right. Yeah, if you want some non-Esper content, my website's got a bunch of great decks on it. Am I at a point where I Kaya's Wrath yet? Probably not. Probably want to use my health total as a bit of a resource. Although clearing the board, if I draw a 5th land, I think I'm gonna Kaya's Wrath. The appeal to Kaya's Wrath, if I draw a 5th land, is that I can guaranteed play Teferi next turn, whereas, like, right now, I can't. So, like, if I Kaya's Wrath and they tapped out for Vivian, I'd get to untap Teferi, tuck the Vivian, and, like, be in an okay spot. Krasis isn't a card you can answer, Panda. Because Krasis generates card advantage regardless, you have to play through it with more card advantage. So the answer to Krasis is killing them or generating more cards than that can generate. I guess Thought Erasure in a way is a kind of answer, but not really.
Dominaria, keep up the pace.
A generic half Asian with the Twitch Prime support. Thanks for shipping your Bezo bucks this way this month. I appreciate it. That bodes really well for us. So the fact they don't have the answer to Teferi here probably means the game is over.
Life's about to end. Hope you're ready.
Another control deck that's a good alternative to Esper. I'm a pretty reasonable fan of Jeskai control.
Well, that didn't pan out.
There's a lot of good mid-range decks that could generate a lot of card advantage too, though.
It's love to serve us.
Cleansing Nova is not always worse than than Kaya's Wrath, regardless of what Magic players want to say. There are a lot of situations where Kaya's Wrath is just fine. Or where Cleansing Nova is just fine, especially when you want to clear out artifacts and enchantments. I don't actually think Control always has that many decision points, and I think a lot of people who like to feel smart while they play Magic often overstate how difficult Control decks are to play. A lot of the times Control decks are just like, I hit my land drops and like all my answers answered all their things and like they just didn't do anything and they died. So like, while there are sequencing choices in Control decks like with every deck of Magic, I think the difficulty with which Control decks are to play is often very overstated. All of the deck lists on my website, both standard and modern, are constantly updated. They are not a page like MTG Goldfish where they are just posted deck lists for a given tournament. As updates need to be made to the deck list as the format changes, I add deck lists and remove deck lists as we find new ones or old ones that are posted there no longer seem relevant. Well, there's not a published date because if they're not relevant, I take them down. Does the opponent know they've lost yet? I don't think so, Burgle. And this is the tasty part of Control, right? The part where my opponent has been dead for 6 turns now and they don't know they're dead, so I just get to sit here upping my Teferi. Woohoo! Woohoo! Plus my Teferi. Woohoo!
No time for a break.
But Burgle, this Land War Elf gets to attack my Teferi. How can I ever win if they keep attacking my Teferi? And it's one of the things that makes Control frustrating to play against is like, this is a position where the game is over, but I'm not actually going to put their health to 0 for like 20 turns. So, you know, yeah, I think I am actually going to put the Aristocrats deck up on my website. Might do that tomorrow morning while I have some time off since my stream starts late. Even if my opponent draws a Krasis, I have more cards than the Krasis can muster at this point. How do I board against Sultai? I probably want Kaya's Wrath. I think this is a Thought Erasure matchup. Definitely a Thief of Sanity matchup. Oh, this deck has more precogs than Chemister's Insight. That's interesting. Is this not a Chromium matchup? Chromium's pretty bad here, right? They have lots of blockers. They have removal spell. This is not a Moment of Craving matchup. Syncopate kinda has diminishing returns. Negate's just whatever. Maybe I don't want all the Wraths. Maybe just 3 Wraths is fine. This is probably okay. Let's try. Yeah, I think Mortify is a fine cut. It's worse than Cast Down, and I have Contempt as well. Negate is good to fight their Negate. So I cut Syncopate then? Probably not unreasonable. Yeah, Syncopate's okay against Krasis. I think I'd rather just have a bunch of Thought Erasures, though. I like brick every time we keep this hand, but the spells are good, so brick me, baby. Oh, we're so good. We're a professional Esper player, chat. We did it. We've graduated. Yay. All right, one Vivian, please. God, we are so good at this. We are so good at this. It's unreasonable. Unreasonable. Oh, look. Oh, look. I get to absorb their Vivian next turn and then untap. Oh. Oh, I can't Kaya's Wrath. Yikes. Take back everything I said. I'm garbage and I have no idea what I'm doing. Should have been this. Gosh. God bless America, my country. 'Tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Bum, 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 bum. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. All right, we are full on garbage time now. The game is over. My opponent can no longer win. Just in case anyone is unsure, the game is over and my opponent can no longer win.
Let's skip to the
I'm here for the precog animation. You and me both, Manny. The precog animation is just so good. Just the full bottoms up. Oh, yeah. You take them cards and you inject them right into my veins. Oh, those are some. Take another hit. Hit me, dealer. Hit me. This is the point where if we were playing in paper, I might just put my hand face up on the table and just be like, you know what?
no more games.
You can concede whenever you want, but you do you. You do you, opponent. How do you win? You don't win so much as you just don't lose. Opponent gets it. I appreciate my opponent for understanding what's going on. I appreciate my opponent for understanding what's going on. God bless us, everyone. They get it. They've been there. These are my pile of absorbs and contempts and all these other things. I think this is a mulligan, and the reason why I think this is a mulligan is because I don't have double black. So, like, I might risk a 4-land hand like this with no interaction if I had all my colors guaranteed. But this hand likely needs to draw lands and spells, so I'm going to go ahead and play Catch and Release here. This hand is much better. Bottom that 7-drop. Thank goodness we found someone who's not going to let us win the game. Yeah, I meant double. I meant whatever color we were missing the second one of. Double white. There you go. That one. Are we dead? Have we entered? We've entered garbage time, right? This is the point where we can no longer win. Who thinks we should continue playing this game? We're dead, right? Just like 30%, 40, 100. We're like 90+% dead. I'm pretty sure. If this was a match where I was playing in a tournament tomorrow, JK would never play this deck in a tournament because I don't hate myself. I would play that out in a tournament setting probably, but here we're done. Dunzo. All right, what do we think of this? Just cut all the counter spells except absorb. Bring in a bunch of removal spells and the Lyras. Is this a Thief of Sanity matchup? Thief like just blocks, right? Are we on board for just blocking? I feel like I'm on board for like Flying Grey Ogre in this matchup. Like if you told me Flying Grey Ogre was a card I could play, I'd be like, yeah, in. Negate's better than Absorb because it's cheaper. Syncopate, they have so many 1-drops. I just don't know that Syncopate's good enough. Teferi does nothing. Well, I can't cut all my card advantage. I agree that Teferi's not good, but I think Teferi's better than Precog and Chemister's Insight. Alright. Let's do the Doomblade again. This is a matchup where we just need to kill everything they play, chat. Oh, show me all secrets. I think I actually take the opt here. Oh, that feels real bad to have to bin, but I need a 3rd land. Now we play the waiting game. It's my favorite control deck this season. Probably still Jeskai. I'm more of a fan of the more proactive decks in general. But if I had to pick a control deck, it'd probably be Jeskai. Yikes. So I'm going to go ahead and absorb here. And then next turn we can cast down plus negate their counter spell. So I'm expecting my spell to not resolve here. Yes, every video on my YouTube channel has the deck list in the video description if you expand the video description. We are very organized around here. Y'all keep me employed. I want to make your lives as easy as possible. That's why you pay me. To make your jobs easy, to edutain, not frustrate. I think I'm actually going to lead on Search for Azcanta here, because I think I would rather have Thief resolve than Search resolve, and I think regardless of what I cast here, it's getting Wizards retorted. And Visigor, thank you very much for the Prime support, I appreciate that, welcome. Twitch Prime does come for free with Amazon Prime. You just gotta link your Twitch account to your Amazon account. You get a free sub every month to a Twitch streamer of your choice. Yeah, thank you, Moldilocks. Honestly, I should probably advertise that I do that a little bit more often to help people notice. Probably a little bit of a my bad. Gobble, gobble. I'm playing this now, so that way we can get a protection spell out of their hand, so that way Mortify is more likely to work next turn. I'm going to go ahead and count and attack here. If they wanted to block and dive down, we can Mortify in response. Be honest, you secretly judge us Twitch subscribers versus real. The money is identically the same to me as a Twitch streamer. So Twitch streamers get the same amount of money from a Prime sub as we do a $4.99 subscription. That's why they have all the same benefits on my channel. I wonder if I was supposed to take the cancel there. It's possible I should have taken the Wizard Retort. They just have nothing. Deal. Opponent did a whole lot of nothing. We had a lot of removal spells, and they died. We'll time you out all the same. Yeah, the Retort was probably a little better. That's true. People who come back and remember to use the Prime sub are definitely more dedicated. I definitely have to set a reminder to use my Prime sub. And if you have Prime, make sure you go sub to someone. Even if you don't want to give me dollary dues, it's like free money out there for someone making content. Like Jeff Bezos has enough money. Use your Prime and give it to someone streaming on Twitch. Hey, Mindless, thanks for the Prime support, I appreciate that. And Volatig, thanks for cashing that as well. And there's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch. Thanks for supporting my content here with that. Am I a part of Rivals? Of course. Rivals is being run by Twitch, and they know who has magic numbers. I'm sure Twitch just invited people to the Rivals tournament based on how many numbers people have. Gravy Guy, catching in the Twitch Prime, I appreciate that. And Vix, thank you for the very generous tier 3 sub. I appreciate the upgrade. So, do I cast down or do I Thought Erasure? I think I just Thought Erasure. Oh, that's true. They did invite... I think they probably have a number of MPL players in there as well, if I had to venture a guess. Jerry's on the MPL, and he's a very well-known Magic player, right? When Jerry does stream, he has very good numbers. If you've ever seen him stream on occasion, he has hundreds, if not thousands, of people watching him. And I had a kid today who related to talking about Twitch with them. I mentioned my favorite streamer dyed his hair pink because chat paid him to, and he chuckled. That's great, Sags. Rival starts at 9 a.m. PST tomorrow, or 11 a.m. Cornfield time if you're used to my clock. Alright, how greedy are we? I think I cast down this Terramander. Or do we just try and untap in Kaya's Wrath? It's only one more damage. I'm gonna let the greed consume me. I don't think they counter a piece of spot removal there, but that might still be a reason to cast it. Yeah, it's probably supposed to, like, kill this one. Nah, I don't think it would have baited a retort. Alright, we're dead. Yeah, it's supposed to be done right after maintenance, so we'll see. Hopefully the maintenance doesn't make anything too silly tomorrow. We're dead, right? Yeah. Yeah, probably. I certainly messed this game up. I should have used my spot removal before the Kaya's Wrath, which is bad. Tier 3 is dealer's choice. Thank you, Vix. I appreciate it. So my normal stream will not be happening tomorrow because I'm going to be streaming the Rivals tournament on a 5-minute delay, so I won't be live until that tournament's ready to start. And then, what else was I going to say? Friday, I'm not going to be doing my normal stream either because the Mythic Championship is going on. I'm going to do 2 or 3 Magic Online decks on Friday morning while they're doing Limited, but I will not be doing Magic Arena on Friday. I will be doing my normal schedule on Thursday, though, of 1 Magic Online League into a bunch of Arena. And as always, you can find my schedule on my website. Alright, taking Blue Source isn't a bad hit. Yeah, I want to watch the Mythic Championship. Also, in my experience, my viewer numbers, if I were to stream, would probably be pretty bad because people will be watching the Mythic Championship. But yeah, I also want to watch it myself. I'll host the Pro Tour, or Mythic Championship, or whatever we're calling it. But I'm not gonna restream over it with commentary. Because I'd, what's the word I'm searching for? I'd prefer to be able to, like, eat lunch and do other paperwork type stuff. Take a little bit of time off. They've confirmed they are streaming the Mythic Championship. This Chromium has been really bad.
Just hold that thought.
Hey, T. Smith, thanks for the Prime support. I appreciate that. Thanks for shipping your Bezo bucks this way this month. Woof. I played 3 last time, Turkey Sloth. I'm gonna pick and choose what we're playing for Moto. I might not go right in order. I'm definitely not gonna play a bunch of bad decks in a row. Definitely not just gonna play a bunch of bad decks in a row like we did last time.
Let's skip to the good part.
Alright, so I have 5. I'm gonna play a tapped land, and I can play Chromium at end of turn in response to this. Hey, thanks for the 14 DMS. Well, Dragon means we're not dead this turn, so we got that going for us. Maybe Chromium's gonna help us win the game, chat. There's only 3 copies of Kaya's Wrath in this main deck too, which kind of sucks. Castable spell. Oh, I should have tucked a Land War Elf. Yeah, I totally should have tucked a Land War Elf. I just assumed I'd draw a spell. No, you can't cast a counterspell without a target. I update the deck queue every evening. What's going on, Just a Box? I appreciate the 5 months. Welcome back. I don't know how much more of this deck I can play. That was something. Oh, I should have cut the Chromium. Mistakes were made. Card's real bad. Look at that, Burgle. You even emoted like the other kids. Steve ate my cat. Thanks for the Prime support. That is an appropriate use of the Butt Jeff emote. I mean, to be fair, if I would have tucked with the Teferi, I probably would have won that game. I think if I would have tucked their elf with the Teferi, I would have had the ability to win that game. Because, like, the Chromium would have stabilized there. It would have eaten an elf, I'd have gone to 1, and then I had Absorb plus Syncopate to, like, give me more breathing room, and the Teferi would have drawn me more cards. So, I do think I lost that last game because of a mistake. Chromium still probably would have been better as any other spell, but I definitely lost it because of a mistake. I really like the Magic Arena music. I think it's something the application does really well. We're not going to be at Esper too much longer, I don't think. Okay, so I'm gonna take this hit so I can hold up Absorb so they can't go land Vivian. And I'm gonna go ahead and exile this. These pauses feel like they have a counter spell here. I stream past sundown almost every day. It's basically always dark when I come up from my hidey hole. This is how it ends, chat. Not with a bang, but with a Land War Elf. But with a Land War Elf. Let's cut this Chromium. How do we win if we cut the Chromium? How do I actually win the game if I cut the Chromium? I want this wrap-up segment to be abundantly clear. Esper Control is a very good deck. It's very powerful. Lots of good players play it. It puts up lots of results. I expect it to do well at the Mythic Championship this weekend. I think this deck is extremely tedious to play, and I do not plan to play it on stream more in the future. I think there's one other Esper Control deck in my queue, and if you're the person who submitted it, feel free to reach out to me and replace it with something else. Otherwise, I will play 2 matches with it, I swear, but it's just tedious. It doesn't really make for good stream time. I just really don't enjoy playing it, so I'm gonna mosey along to the next one and be done with this. There's a lot of, I'm sure a number of the MPL players who play good decks and like being tedious will play this for you. I've seen them stream it, but it's really just not for me. I just can't get into it. So, as far as feedback on this build of Esper, I'd recommend looking at a bunch of the people who are good Magic players who have played this archetype. Anything I say isn't going to be backed up by much meaning.